What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another draft video today. Sorry again about the echo. I'm currently traveling in Europe and I will be back in the US soon, and when that happens I will have better better audio quality. Um, Sorry again about the cough as well. I'm still getting over something over here, so in the meantime, figured I would get another draft video out. Currently, in this pack, we have a Mythic, we have Wyll, Pack Bound Duelist, 4/4 for about 5 mana, Specialized 2. When it enters, you can gain control of an artifact or creature of an opponent's choice, 4 or less mana value until your next turn. And it specializes basically to sacrifice that creature in all instances, so we're going to take it because it's great. Other notable cards are like the Tollkeeper, but by far the best option here. Alright, moving on to pack 2. We have a Bonecaller Cleric, we have a Jaheira, we have a Flaming Fist Dusk Guard, we have a Scaled Nurturer. I think that I'm probably either going to end up taking the Jaheira or the Scaled Nurturer here. Dusk Guard's fine, but well, let's see, what does the green specializer of this do? Specializes. Give another creature or artifacts. Oh, perpetually gets +2/+3 and gains trample, huh? Yeah, it seems fine. And the white one. Seems alright. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the safer pick, which I think is just Jaheira here. The better card. Wow, well, that seems to have been a mistake. There's a bunch of really good white cards here. There's also Genasi Rabble Rousers, which is awesome. Priest of Ancient Lore has been, as one might expect, phenomenal. I think I'm just going to grab that one up here. There's also Blessed Hippogriff and Morden's Disciples, which have been pretty good. Obviously, the Hippogriff's excellent. Steadfast Unicorn is great. I'd love to wheel one of these white cards. I don't think it's super likely. Or this Rabble Rouser. But we may actually be ending up moving into more of a red-white, but we'll see. Pack 4, there's a Kalane here, which Kalane is fantastic. I hate to branch out into a fourth color already, but we may. It's probably the best card in the pack. Alternatively, there's another Dusk Guard, which is also very solid. I think the right pick may just be the Kalane here, although there has been a lot of good whites. Maybe white seems to have been open. Kalane is the better card, and it may be the best pick, but I'm going to go ahead and take this Flaming Fist Dusk Guard and start stocking up on some 2-drops. Alright, here we have not a lot of great options. We have a Young Red Dragon, and then we have like a Gate to the Citadel. If we stick with green, we have you line up the shot. You have not seen a lot of great red going around at all, besides that Rabble Rousers last pack. We have Young Red Dragon here. I think that the Gate may just be the safest pick here. Blue and black, there's also not a lot of great options. I think I'm just going to take this Gate. Okay, so here it's between Paladin and Unicorn, I assume. It's probably better to take my first Unicorn over my first Paladin. I found Paladin. Paladin's fine, but it tends to, I've found, underperform a bit relative to some of the other 2-drops. Especially something like Soldiers of the Watch. Yeah, it is 1 toughness, but the ability to create a second one has just been incredibly impressive. But I'll take the Unicorn here. Either way, great options. Here we have what? A Breath Weapon, which not great with our current setup. There's also an Icewind Stalwart, which maybe could be good with like Priest or Dusk Guard, or God forbid, like the Wyll. Yeah, that could be kind of a fun one. Frost Giant is fine, and Ettercap is fine. Let's just take the Stalwart though. I mean, we could still go like white blue with a like a flicker type sub theme. We really have not seen any red to support this Wyll though, so we may end up moving that over because it's really not too splashable. If we want to stay with white, there's a portable hole here. Otherwise, there's a Seek New Knowledge, which I've tended to like a lot. Portable hole has been pretty weak, I've found, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this Seek New Knowledge, I believe. So let's just grab that up. We could end up moving it a little bit more of like a white-blue type thing. Again, not really great green. Probably we'll just stay relatively open. So let's take this gate to the C, or gate to C tower. Header cap would be the pick here if I were taking something green. I like librarians fine. It's a fine flicker target as well. Alright, so we have another stalwart here. Again, just not seeing any of the red. I'll take a conjurer. A looter here. And round things out with a circle of land druid. Alright. Oh, come on, man. Alright, well, pack 2, we open a Chaos Baler, which, I mean, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I think between both of these red mythic bombs that are 5-drops, we have to play red. Or close to it. I mean, the best card here, besides those two, is Hippogriff, and Hippogriff is phenomenal. But, I mean, Chaos Baler is just absurd. Let's just try and pick up as much red in this pack as we possibly can, and then try and even it out with a third color, I guess, is probably the way we want to run this. So here, there's a Dragon's Fire if we want to stay red. There's a Dusk Guard. There's a Pilgrim's Eye, Myconid. There's really kind of a bunch of stuff that we want here. I don't think that there's a high likelihood that we end up playing green, which means unlikely to have for the Myconid to be the best pick here. I would really like this Pilgrim's Eye, but I would be happy with anything like a Prism that allows me to kind of get this red out. We also aren't super devoted to blue right now, but it is certainly better with these stalwarts. Let's go ahead and grab this Dragon's Fire, I think is the best pick here. Alright, there's another Dragon's Fire here, which is probably just what we're going to take. If we cut blue, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures, but these two stalwarts, again, are not at their best in white-red. But I think this Dragon's Fire is probably the pick here. Well, that is interesting. I do love me a John Irenicus. Doesn't look like we're missing out a ton here. So maybe we can do something more like a red-blue control deck with a black splash. Maybe a splash for like Priest of Ancient Lore. But I think John Irenicus, especially because we're not passing up a lot here, seems to be a good pick. Yeah, let's take the John Irenicus here. We don't have any black in the sideboard. There's a Prism. Happily grab a Prism. Not a lot of aggressive white here. Let's just take this Prism. Here we have like a Soul Knife Spy, a Looter. This is a little bit of a mess, but it's gonna be a fun deck, like especially with these two top end cards. Definitely a little bit of a mess though. But those are the most fun decks to play are the ones that are kind of messy. I'm just gonna grab a Soul Knife Spy here. First one. It's like a third Coalescent we see in this pack. There's a Dread Lenorn. Not a lot of great options here either. We could just take like this dragon. I've not found it to be good, but it is like a playable. Icewind Stalwart now bounces like not that much else to do anything good. Chaos Baler doesn't do anything when it bounces. Let's just take like this dragon. Okay. I mean, best card in this pack is certainly the Warcaller. Let's take the war color here, I guess. Stay relatively open. I think we're just going to take the navigation orb here. We now have 2 gates, plus we're going to need whatever fixing for whatever we end up with in Pack 3, because I don't know where this is going right now. So let's grab this navigation orb. I don't love it, but again, if it can grab 2 gates, it's doing fine work, so I'm fine with that. It's a very late Herd Gorger Giant. You know what? Hear me out. I'm going to grab it here. I know that you guys may think I'm crazy, but I think I have some idea for how this may end up going. Let's grab like an undersimplify here, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Well, if we stick with red-blue, we have a good amount of early game interaction. Right now, we may not even end up playing. I like the air cult elemental here. And maybe villain's lair. Right now, we may not even end up playing the. What am I thinking? The white, or even the black. We don't really know. But a second Priest of Ancient Lore certainly helps. I don't think that. I think that we want it more than we want like a Battlecry Goblin or something like that. So let's grab a second Priest of Ancient Lore here. And be on the lookout for some more fixing type things. I think we're going to want to be like a base blue-white with a red splash. And I think we're going to be able to hit most of these double reds if we can get some more prisms and stuff. A second John Arenicus. Okay. Yeah, this is an odd one. I think I'm just going to take this Guiding Bolt here. I think we need to get some more removal. If there were any splash, enablers here, any lanterns, I might even take a lantern at this point, just because I really want to make sure that we get these red sources online as early as possible. Let's cut this Herd Gorger. With these double priests, we may actually end up playing these Stout Wards too. Let's grab a second prism here. I do like the Scholar as well, but I think that we need the fixing pretty badly. So let's grab this prism. So now we have effectively, if we play one mountain, we would have effectively 1 with the mountain, 2, 3, 4 red sources. We like theoretically could play like these white cards as well. I'll take a Scholar here. Scholar seems fine. Could like Nira, but I think that card kind of sucks. But it is fun. But I think that we are in a little bit more of like let's make our deck playable mode right now. Second Seek New Knowledge or like a Gate of the Black Dragon. Let's take the Gate. Again, it's fetchable with the Navigation Orb, especially for like John Arenicus. Well, I mean that's really the only reason we're playing a black source. But let's grab this Gate of the Black Dragon. So we have like what? How many more playables do we need? Oh, we have enough playables. Okay, great. So we just need like a few more ways to splash. And I think I'll be not happy, but okay running this deck. I think with the 2 red mythics we had no choice but to play red. Our signals have been a little sloppy as well. Like what exactly we've been, like what's been open has not necessarily been the clearest of things. I may just take this like Invoker as a 2-drop. It's not good, but it is like a defensive body, and it can do things if we ramp up, which we may be able to do here. I would love to get like maybe you come to a river as well for like some more early game interaction, but this is more important. I think the body is more important. Maybe you hear something on watch was also a good pick there. All right, let's cut or take this evoker or invoker. They're librarians. Okay, so let's start whittling these down. I don't think we need to contact other plane here. I think we are good for most of the late game. Let's see. I actually might play that over the second, or over that dragon. So it puts down to 27, 26. You know what? Maybe. It's good with elemental. Yeah, maybe. 27, 26. I'm not going to play 2, but I will take it for the sideboard. So we need like 3 more cuts, realistically. All right, so let's cut these lands. Okay, so what do we want this to look like? 6. "17 creatures. I think we can cut Looter. Well, Looter may be better than Invoker. Most of the time in these decks, I would end up playing like 16 lands, but I mean, we're just 4 colors, so I don't think we can quite afford to do that. We could just cut the John Arenicus, but I do like it. I think that with playing this 1 gate, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 black sources, and that's a pretty marginal cost for, I mean, it's a very strong card if we get it online. So I think I'm going to keep it. The better question is, how many red sources do we want? So, and how many white sources? Blue is obviously going to be the most. We're going to play just this gate. I don't think we need a swamp. And then I think we're just going to need to figure out blue and white, or white and red. First, let's figure out these last 2 cuts. We could cut Conjurer. But if we have 1 red source, then Conjurer serves as a second. So let's keep the Conjurer. Maybe cut like 1 Stalwart. Because again, we don't have that many good flicker targets. We have these priests, these elementals. Wyll is fantastic. Like 1 more cut. Like Dust Guard. That leaves like 1, 2, turn 2 creature though. But I mean, we have like, if we cut this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways of interacting on turn 2, assuming we have a red source. We could get run over. It's a little risky to cut that. It's probably not correct. Look at the Soul Knife Spy. Yeah, let's cut the Soul Knife Spy. That sounds better to me. Okay, so that leaves us with 14 creatures. Alright, let's figure out this mana base. Just to... Okay, so all of our non-creatures are like 2s and 3s. 3 of them are fixing, and then like the rest of the 5 like value, removal, value, removal, removal, removal. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's add. We don't need any swamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8, 9, 10 blue sources. Or 11 if you count the navigation orb. Which I think we want the most of. 1, 2, 3, 4. The question is, how many red sources do we want? Maybe that's what we need to figure out first. Okay, let's look at red. So we have 3 here. I'm assuming we add at least 1 mountain, which we will. So that here is 4. Clever Conjure will be good if we have a mountain. So we probably want like 5, 6. So that's... So it leaves us with... Is that enough white sources? 5, 6, 7? Can we afford to go down to 2 mountains? I think this is okay. All right, I'm gonna submit this. I think I like this. All right, I'll make queue up and I will resume when we are in match 1. All right, welcome to match 1. This looks like a pretty easy keep for us. We have our 2 base, in quotes, colors. We have 2 prisms. Looks like a fine start. It's a little slow, especially if he has a good turn 2 play. There's our red prism. All right. So not like a Soldiers of the Watch. Vaconia is pretty terrible too. Alright, let's play out like planes and like a Val. Let's get Val online maybe. Next turn we can drop the librarians. Yeah, I think I would block the unicorn if we were tapped out, but I think it's likely enough that you could have the hippogriff. Looks like not. Well, we have a lot of colors. Librarians. I'll take that Priest of Ancient Lore, I think. And I think we may just discard, like, either probably the gate, because we just don't need it, with Val when we loot. It's like double block here. I think we ditch this gate. This is a great trade for us if he has no way to bring it back. Okay. Sure. Okay, let's go ahead and priest here. Drawing a land would be huge. Nice. So now, do we prism or dragon's fire? We knew he doesn't have a trick, so... Well, actually, I guess we don't, because he did just Manticore. Did we just Dragon's Fire the Unicorn now? That's probably best. Let me just pass. Well, we are ready. If we have either of our red mythics that we draw, we can play either of them, so... Yeah, the mana of this game has been great, so let's see if we can draw. draw nicely. So we can pass here. I mean, taking 4 sucks, but we can hold up Blur for next turn where we can like draw 2 and gain effectively like 3 life by blocking. Okay, that's not bad either. So let's just pass. Undersimplify also helps us protect the priest potentially if like we Blur and he tries to do something in response. Okay, let's block the priest here. Okay, Valiant Farewell. Oh great. Okay, so that's not gonna die. So that's fine. I guess theoretically I should have done it before he drew the card. That was a mistake. Nice. Nice. That's a great draw. And I will happily counter that. Okay, you know what? We're looking alright. We just need some action. Just a little bit of action. We'll be right back in this. That's not bad. Okay, so let's gate here. We'll drop. I don't think we want to attack quite yet. Because I think we're in a little bit of danger of getting run over. I mean, we're gonna win the long game here. So let's just hold up. That's not bad either. Yeah. Okay. Let's just pass here. And we have our choice of Seeking Knowledge, Dragon's Fire. It's likely just going to be a Seeking Knowledge, but if you try something crazy, we could totally just Dragon Fire something. Yeah, that is fine. You can go hit your planes. Go for it. Okay, let's trade these here. Okay, that's gonna go to a 3/3. It's fine. We can Dragon Fire it on our turn. That's fine too. Okay, all right. Let's seek some new knowledge. Neither of those is particularly good. Let's just ditch the prism, I think. We're just not gonna need it. Okay. So we can just like Librarians here. Come on, where are these mythics? So we can drop lands and then I think it's actually better to hold on to the Dragon's Fire. So let's just discard here and pass. Yeah, we're taking 3 in the air. I think that the Dragon's Fire is going to be more helpful against like the Manticore. All in, huh? Okay. You can kill my Librarians if he wants. As long as something of his dies. Okay, so now we can hit that Fist Officer with the Guiding Bolt. So that's nice. That doesn't do a lot. So let's go ahead and bolt that. Scry. Ha! There they are. Which one do we want first? I'm probably just gonna shoot his other thing down with the Dragon's Fire, like his Manticore, and he can keep the Scouting Hot. Let's get this Chaos Baler first. I think that sounds better. Hopefully he doesn't play anything too crazy. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, I mean, he can kill it now, but we do get that trigger, so... Oh, nice. Now we're going to get both an attack trigger and a death trigger. Great. Okay. But, I mean, us flickering it doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, 'cause it's just going to be one moment it comes back. And we don't get a separate death trigger. So let's attack. Oh, actually, I mean, he's not going to block. It doesn't really matter. I don't think we want to will this turn, do we? Artifact or creature? Oh, so we can take that portable hole and sacrifice that. That's funny. Okay. Oh, that's insane with so we have 7 mana? Okay, so we can do like, what's the white one? 4 great. Oh, this is really good. Okay, so what we should do here is like, all right, let's will. Let's gain control of this portable hole. And then let's sacrifice it. I mean, I guess. Yeah, this is pretty nasty here. Okay. Sacrifice portable hole. Great. Let's get like a priest of ancient lore. Is that what we want? Yeah, this doesn't do anything. That's just gonna die. Let's get the. Or maybe it's better to get the librarians. Oh yeah, it's probably better to. Let's just get the librarians. Yeah, because that'll double team. That seems pretty good. So what do we want to do to him? We want to do 2 damage to each creature he controls, and we want to like discard all the cards in our hand. I don't think we want to take the 2 damage, so let's like. I'll discard my hands, and you can take 2 damage to all your creatures. I just don't think that we're in a position. Yeah, it would help us double spell next turn if we took the 2 treasures, but I don't think we want to be. I don't think we're in a position where we can afford to just take the 2 damage. Okay, yeah, Hippogriff, that's fine. Oh, that's actually very good. That must have been a mistake. If he had killed the Chaos Baler, he could have just made me. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 damage to him again. And I'm gonna discard my hand, I guess. Would I rather scry 2? No, I can't afford to take 2 damage. Discard my hands. Cool. Yeah, I think that he should have blocked and traded with my 1/1 there, because his thing still would have had indestructible. Or not indestructible, but his thing, yeah, his thing still would have had indestructible, so I couldn't have done 2 damage and killed his 3/1. It actually would have become a 5/1. So yeah, that's definitely what he should have done there. Okay, let's attack for 8. Okay. Let's play John Arenicus. And like a looter. Okay, milled a bunch of lands. Sure. Okay. Actually, that was probably a mistake. I probably should have just activated the gate there, but I definitely should have just left it up until his turn. Ooh, do we risk? I don't really see how he can easily do 4 damage to me. If he can, then GG's. that was a huge mistake. I should have just left the looter untapped, but if I lose from it, I lose from it, I guess. Cool. Gate. Nice. 10 cards. Okay. Okay, I'm not close to milling out. Cool. Alright, that is game 1. I will go ahead and resume. We're in game 2. Alright, here we are for match number 2. It's a tricky one. If you draw single planes, we have 7 white sources all in all, or really 8 if we count the orb. I'm probably supposed to mulligan this, but I do have the Dragon's Fire. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep, and we'll see what happens. It's an interesting hand, certainly. Okay. Again, if we can draw planes by turn 3, we'll be golden. Horde Robber. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to. So that's all 3 of our mountains, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I just don't want him getting that treasure. Alright, this could get bad. We'll see. We'll see what he has here. At least we do have Wyll in 2 turns, so if we can hold out until then, we will have a much better shot. Ooh, Ambergris, that's very good. What's the blue version of this do? Instant or sorcery. Okay. Alright, we'll we'll see. I'm gonna have a few very good plays in a row. Ooh, Raphael, huh? That's really good. And it's a 5/5, so it's bigger than our Chaos Baylor too. Ha. I think we just have to play our Baylor here. What does the black version of this do? Ugh. Yeah, I'm just gonna air call elemental next turn and bounce the Raphael. Hopefully he can't like play it with a counter again. Valor Singer is equally annoying. Okay. You'll hit me for 6 here. That's is what it is. I mean, if I block here and do 2 damage to all his stuff, then, like, he loses 4 creatures. Like, that's gotta be worth it, right? He loses Kalain, Ambergris, Raphael, and the gas. Like, that seems completely worth it. And then what do I want? Treasure? Yeah, I think I just want treasure. I mean, the only thing annoying is that the Valor Singer is huge now, but again, I can just steal it, so. So I can sack it and get back, like... Do I orb here? Do I priest here? Or prism? Save like a treasure? Yeah, prism seems good. Draw a card. Yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing what we want to do here is like attack for 9. And then specialize this. Getting back Dragonfire. Cool. He'd seen enough. Nice. Alright, on to match 3. Alright, match number 3. This looks like an easy keep. It's a little slow because it has no 2 play. It's a creature interactive, but it is what it is. We also have the ability to play Baldur with this hand because we can untap the Prism with the Conjurer. Carlock is good. Sure. Alright, let's just drop the priest here. Hopefully draw land for next turn. So that's really what we need now. I think that's the difference between dropping the Conjurer. This gives us the ability to also turn 4 Librarians. Yeah, we could be in trouble here if he gets out to a fast start. He can't attack with the captain yet, thank God, so not too fast. But I think playing the Librarians here seems best. The mountain is huge as well, because it means we don't have to drop this Conjurer. And then I think next turn we're just going to play like the Baldur. You know what? We haven't had a problem with our mana yet, really. We've had our mana every single time we've needed it. I don't even know that we need this gate, do we? Through the Prism. Maybe we just bottom that gate. I like that. Actually, I guess... What does the black version of this do? Nah, okay. Maybe I should have looked at the black version of Wyll before I made the decision as to whether to tuck the gate or not, but it ended up being okay. Cardam is good. Interesting attack. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to do this and then take the 6, go to 11, and keep my Librarian to eat his Goblin. That seems totally in my favor. Ooh, I can even Okay, so if I use Wyll to steal Cardum, and then I sacrifice Cardum, he does not get those cards back. If I'm reading this correctly. It seems really good. I mean, I don't know what 1-drop he has. Maybe like a Warcaller. So let's just like... Ooh, should we Wyll or should we Chaos Baylor? I think we should Wyll. This may be wrong. Let's go ahead and double team. If he attacks, I will just take the 2. If he kills Wyll, he kills Wyll as well. I mean, it's not a huge issue, because we can always just Air Cult Elemental the Cardum, even if he kills Wyll, I still have this until the end of my next turn. So I will get to attack with Cardum at the very least. Oh, and I will also get all cards I own exiled with it. Okay, so I'll get a 2-drop. Okay, that's great. That's really good. Yeah, I'm taking 2. I'm not getting in the way of that 2/2. Sure. I mean, even if he's just trying to specialize it and bring it back. I mean, this thing packs a punch when it comes back. Oh, thank God. That's funny. He can't hit my Baylor now. So I'm going to want to, what, attack for like 10. And then if he has you hear something on watch, I'll feel bad. I mean, I could just attack with Cardum. If I want to play around and use something on watch. But I think I should. I think I'm going to hold back Wyll, and I think I'm just going to attack with these 2. And then post-combat, I'm going to activate... Good call. Wasn't even thinking about Dreadlenorn, but we read that he had a trick. Okay, so he's going to eat the librarians here. Or Cardum. I guess he just doesn't want me to sacrifice to it. Is that what he's going for? Okay. So I think now I just Prism, specialize it into like what, red? Or blue? What do I want to discard? I guess blue, but then we don't get anything back. I mean, we could always just not specialize. We could just like drop the priests. And discard this at the end of my next turn. So I have a turn to play this Prism. You could also just Chaos Baylor. Maybe that's better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Priest. I'm gonna Priest and I'm gonna like either Conjure or Vow. I think I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll Vow. I like having like a chump blocker to throw away at this Carlock. So I think if he kills the Chaos Baylor, it does put me in a little bit of a difficult position if I just played the Chaos Baylor. Because then he attacks for 4/4 first strike. I mean, I'd have to maybe do 2 damage to him and make him get 2 treasure tokens or something, but I don't really want to discard his cards and make him discard and go get non-lands. Okay, let's block there. Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay, so now we can blur. Oh, so we can blur Wyll, steal the Carlock and sack it. That's so sick. Okay. Okay, so let's do we attack? We attack for 6. Blur Wyll, steal the Carlock, sack it. This is gonna be so brutal. I probably should have held that plains. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, and we can. Oh, okay. I can't blur it again, but I am just gonna sacrifice it and get blur back. I think I'm gonna pitch the clever conjurer. It's not like we need an additional attack step. Perfect, and we have just enough mana to go get the prism. I mean, he can waste his turn bringing it back if he wants, and it'll be what, like a 5/5 or something. 4/4. I still think it's our best play, though. I mean, you can't. If it's a 4/4. If it was a 4/4, it's not like he could have gotten. I mean, he could have used the red version and gotten through my blocker for the turn, but he still would have been in trouble then. So now, if we like Air Cult Elemental, we have 8 mana. Okay. How do we want to play this? I think we just attack for. I mean, I think we just bounce the Lenorn and just attack for 7. I'm hard pressed to think of a way that he could do 10 damage to me. Especially, I mean, I do have the Dragonfire up as well. Not that it's going to be too helpful, because Chaos Baylor is like a demon, right? Yeah, so it doesn't even do 4, it just does 3. Alright, recast Lenorn. Okay, I mean, he knows I have Blur, so that should just be GG. Oh man, I need to get rid of that. Alright. That is 3-0. On to match 4. Alright, on to match 4. This looks a little infeasible. So, I mean, we have 3 mountains, 3 red sources, all of which are here. And a Dragon's Fire. I mean, we do have the Dragon's Fire, but I think that we may need to just chip this back. If we don't draw an island, we're just in trouble. I think we ship it. I think we ship it. That looks better. That looks a lot better. So, what do we ship back now? I hate saying Bolt, but it might just be like Bolt. I don't think we want to get rid of Wyll. Let's get rid of the Bolt. Undersimplify is obviously great in the early game as well. We're probably just going to counter whatever he plays here. Yeah, so that we can just cast this Priest turn 3 with like no pressure. Dragon's Fire is a great draw as well. Sure. Alright. It's a little aggressive. A little scary. Let me shoot. I hate using the one removal I have, but I think I just need to shoot one of those. Maybe I wait. I'll wait. Okay, yeah, now I'll shoot one. Attack. What I could have done last turn was, geez, alright, I get it. Okay, this is not looking great now. So what I was gonna say is last turn or a few turns ago now, we could have just lightning or dragons fired one of these spawns on his turn and then passed ours and then used our turn to like use the gate, which is obviously what we're gonna do now because we have nothing else to do with our mana. So let's just take 3 here. I think we have to jump at this point. A red sorcery would be huge, or if we hit like a prism. Although I don't like him passing with all his mana up. We did hit the prism. Maybe safer to go for the librarians here. But I think what we want to do, I think we may just want to play out this Wyll. Grab a spawn. I mean, if he can kill it, he can kill it. And this dragon. That's good. Jeez, alright. So, we can survive this turn. Can we survive any other turns? So, if we attack for 2, sacrifice the spawn, put Wyll into white, go get this Priest of Ancient Lore. Oh, actually, we just want the Dragon's Fire. Oh, yeah, we can just grab the Dragon's Fire, right? We're not dead, right? We just, like, discard the Vow, shoot that thing, grab a Librarians and cast that. Okay, yeah, so... It's so hard to keep track of all the different ways there are to specialize these things. Okay, so now we can just Librarians and Dragon's Fire. Okay. The issue is that, like, if he draws one more land, he can start drawing 2 cards with the Timor's Invoker. So we're gonna have to kill that soon, too. Yeah. See, like, this is an issue now. I mean, do we block the Prowlers? This drops us to 3. Then next turn we can attack. We have 8 mana. I think I'm supposed to trade with the Prowlers here, as uncomfortable as it is. Just because we're going to be able to block with Wyll next turn. I mean, regardless, we're not in a good space. I mean, Timor's Invoker's going to start being a huge problem. That's not bad, though. Yeah, okay. All right. Touche. Yeah, I think we were dead even without that, but that that definitely sent it over the edge a little bit. So he has copies of the Chaos Baylor and the Wyll. That's sick. All right, GG. On to the next one. All right, round 5. Looks like a good hand to me. Sure, gas. I like the turn 2 prism into like a priest turn 3. Having 1 red source for this Wyll at some point as well. Ooh, okay, well now we may have to kill that Viconia like ASAP. We still may be able to priest next turn, I'm not entirely sure yet. Yeah, with him having 3 mana up, I'm probably more comfortable just casting priests. Just because I don't want him to have like a hippogriff that he's trying to cash in extra value for. Sure. Alright, so if I block, he can exile and then like make a copy of it. That's fine. If he wastes his turn doing that, I mean it's good, but okay, that's fine. There's the hippogriff. He got it out of his hands. Ooh, you have a second one, huh? Okay. Is that or Patriarch's Humiliation? If we miss, it's going to feel really bad, though. The question is... we may just have to go for it. We may just have to, like, Prism, Mountain, Dragon's Fire. But then we can't cast a 5 next turn. The alternative being that we... Oh, no, we should probably just play this Gate. And then just go for the Dragon's Fire, like, now. Oh, yeah, the stop also could have just been Viconia. So, yeah, let's go for the Dragon's Fire now. Does he have it? It looks like he has it. Oh, okay, thank God. That works for me. Perfect. Chaos BO is going to be fantastic, too, because when it dies, it'll just, like, kill his whole team. Oh, that's good. Okay, change of plans. That Morden's Disciples is really dangerous. We're just going to steal it with the Wyll. You really can't attack now. It looks like we're pretty in control. Really? I mean, yeah, I think we're good making this trade. I mean, he draws a card. I don't think we want to take 2, though, so I think we're okay with this trade. Yeah, I understand that the double team would have been really good, and we could have gotten a copy of his card, but I think that it was worth just saving the life. Okay, so here... So we just have that in our graveyard. So if we wanted, we could like pay to ditch the undersimplify, get the Dragon's Fire and shoot down the Hippogriff. Or we could just play with the Chaos Baylor. I think I just prefer keeping the Chaos Baylor because I want to hold on to this undersimplify. It will be good at some point. He's only at 4 mana, so like we will get him with this game if we really want to. That's pretty good. Doesn't do a lot here. Okay, so now we probably just... We're not going to need the prism anymore, so we can sacrifice the prism, pitch Val, and bring back the Dragon's Fire. And then shoot, hold it under simplify. Pass. Counting like the Coven would be sick. I mean, I'd probably rather just not see a Coven from him if I'm going to be perfectly honest, but yeah, okay. Can't stop that. That's fine. So we can give his creatures +2/+0 and just like kill the rest. I think that's what we want to do. So we'll do 2 damage to his creatures and we'll make... Do we want to seek? Nah, it's just... I feel okay taking 2 damage from him and getting 2 treasures. Okay, so let's do 2 damage to us, get 2 treasures. We'll go to 7. We'll kill all of his creatures, minus the paladin. I mean, you could have like another Grim Bounty and then... Oh, you know what? Let's just shoot the paladin now. Forgot that we were gonna get the treasure and we could just shoot the paladin. That's sweet. Okay, bottom both of those. Sure. Okay. Oh, we don't have a second blue source. That's bizarre. I guess I didn't notice that. So, yeah, Undersimplify is not going to do a lot anymore. I still think we just, like, Air Cold Elemental, bounce, and hit him for 5. Rather than just, like, playing the Prism and keeping up Undersimplify. If he didn't have those treasures, it might be a different story, but he does. So... We didn't put a blue source on bottom, did we? I think we put, like, a white and a red, yeah. Okay. Well, we have an island now. So, bye-bye again. 6 or 7. Alright, it's a 5-1 now. You know what? He is making progress. It can now trade with Wyll. Ooh, what do we sacrifice? That's actually kind of tough. I guess an Air Cold Elemental. That's sick. Okay. Let's go ahead and Prism first. I'm going to see what we draw. Nothing. Okay. I mean, he'll get us to sacrifice something, but we can just sack the Air Cold Elemental. I think it's just better that we keep with the Undersimplify just in case. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, is it worth us giving them -2, -0? Is that worth it? Because if he hits... You know what? I actually think it is. I think it is worth giving it -2, -0. Yeah. Reason being that now he has to double block with whichever 2 he conjures in order to kill my Wyll. He also has to get... He also has to get one of the ones that will, like, drain me for life. I have 8 mana. If I need to search at the gate, I can. I'll have 3 left to play around with. I did have the undersimplify for the Coven, but... Yeah, okay, he did get the draining one, huh? Okay. So, I mean, we could... Discard a card. Okay. Yeah, I think we attack with both here. I don't love it. That is so risky, really? Okay. I mean, this is going to be close. I don't know. This is going to be a really close game. Take my orb. Okay, the gate, it's good that he drew the gate. That's pretty good too. Okay, so if we attack... We have one more Dragonfire we can get, right? Yeah, Dragonfire doesn't quite win us the game, but close. Okay, that's Dragonfire. So, if we shoot the Devil and attack with both... Yeah, I mean, that's just what we need to do here. And drop the Librarians, Scry. Perfect. Alright. That was close, but I think we're good. You can, of course, activate the gate. You can have, like, a split the party or whatever. Nice. Alright. It feels good to beat an Hourglass Coven. I had an idea. For some reason, I just knew he had one. I had a feeling, but I'm glad we pulled out the win. That was nice. All right, on to the next match. All right, time for match number 6, I think. Okay, interesting hands. Turn 2 undersimplify and then a creature on turn 3 seems good enough to keep. Even without a white source. Could be, could turn poorly, but I think it's right to keep this. I feel like we've had a lot of mountains in our hands for playing 2 sources. Dragonfire is a good draw there too. I think we're going to prefer to undersimplify something. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that Pilgrim's Eye resolve. Cool. Just Conjurer here. And we're gonna have to get like a Plains or a Prism at some point, but we're at least not getting Bulldozed right now. Alright, playing some fancy schmancy color stuff. We're doing it better though. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna have to pass back here. I don't mind having the Dragon's Fire as an option. It's definitely nice. Okay, I think we're just gonna go ahead and shoot it now because if it dies when we're off. Oh wait, actually, that was a mistake. Yeah, Raphael will trigger on end step regardless, won't it? Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, well the good news is we have the Guiding Bolt, but that was a big mistake on my end. Okay, John Rennicus, huh? I think I'm just going to bottom that gate and top John Rennicus. And then go ahead and use the Conjurer, untap that, and play a Priest. Like a Deadly Dispute from him would be really good here because he could just snipe my Priest and draw two. Prism would be an insane draw for me here too. Okay. Seems like a good Dragon's Fire target, that's for sure. I mean, he could have another Hippogriff. It's not impossible. I think it's worth a shot, though. Okay, nice. So I guess he has like a Humiliation then, likely? We can Dust Guard and pass real quick. Sure. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, alright. Okay, well, you know what? That's actually not bad, because now we can just... And I guess if we're just going to lose it, we can just... Oh, okay, yeah, we can't play that plane, the island, because we just played a land. But I guess we attack with him now. Because he can just block with the devil. I mean, these are going to die anyway, but I don't think we can attack with them. Okay. But it's not really like he can attack us, so... He can just kill the John Arenicus, which he will, but it's 9, 10. Makes sense for us to trade here because it's gonna die anyway. We are in trouble for sure. It's not gonna end up mattering realistically. Yeah, because he can just make my librarians, yeah. Alright, GG. Alright, on to the next match. Tough loss. Alright. It's very slow, but it's probably not a mulligan. We're going to need a blue source, but we have so many of them. On the play, I feel better about keeping this. On the draw, it may just be a mulligan because it's just so slow. Okay, that's not bad. Don't like seeing that. Ooh, that's gonna be really bad. Okay, cool. We're just gonna bolt. We're gonna bolt that like instantly. Great. Ooh, what do we rather have? I guess islands. And we're gonna top them both. He has no third land, which is also good. Let's go ahead and cast the librarians here. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna like... I think we're gonna leave the Dragonfire above. Because... we may just want to turn 5 the Wyll next turn anyways. I think, and by may, I mean we probably do just want to turn 5 the Wyll next turn. Depending on what he plays here. But yeah, that's a great thing to steal. Happily steal that. I'll just like swing for 5 here, looks like. I'm not going to discard the hand though. But I will get a librarian. Sure. Stealing haste creatures with Wyll is obviously extra value. Cool. So, do you want it like... I guess we should want the extra combat step here. Just attack with these 2. Oh shoot, I did not mean to do that. Well, you know, in the name of a true red deck, we are playing with randomness. What do you mean, oops? This is exactly what I meant to do, actually. What are you talking about? This is what we call, in the biz, we call it a happy accident, okay? Because that is clearly what I intended to do, and not a misclick, as some of you may have thought. Should I oops him? Yeah, that's oops worthy. My bad. Apologies. Yeah, he gets Ambergris back, but... Okay, well, I'm going to do 2 damage to his board now. And I'll like take 2 and create 2 treasures. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, now I'm just going to eat that. So if I like sacrifice, if I specialize this in a white, is he dead? He's 1 mana up. So yeah, if I specialize in a white, turn target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, gains haste. This command values 4 greater, sacrifice at the beginning of the next turn. So, okay, so I can just sacrifice. So I discard the priest. Sacrifice like a treasure. Bring back Chaos Baylor, and attack him for 11. I'll do 2 more. Oh, no, I don't want to give him treasures. I can, like, seek. Sure. Cool. Good game. Yeah, that was a bad mistake. That was not good. But we still pulled out the win, and that's always nice to see. I could have sworn that I clicked decline, but I clearly did not. So Ambergris combo, I guess. It worked. Found the Chaos Baylor. That's exactly what we wanted. So yeah, shocking, but a happy accident. Alright, I will resume when we are in for the next match. Alright, here for the next round. I'm going to keep this easy keep here. Have a turn 2 looter, plus we have access to like a Dragon's Fire, Guiding Bolt for removal, and then we have a Librarians for turn 4 to help us scry towards more stuff. That looks great. Okay, we're just going to cast this looter here. And we have a red source and a black source, so all we need is like 1 more red source and we have access to all of our colors. Take 2. Shepherd, I will not mind shooting down. So let's go ahead and... Do we want to gate here or do we want to loot? I think we just want to get this gate down. So let's go ahead and fire this off. Not deal the 1 by revealing and choosing our looter. Yeah, I have 1 punt in me today, but you know what? It was a punt that was recovered by the offense, so can't be too upset. I'm not going to make another punt like that today. Probably. Okay. Let's go ahead and just play out the Librarians now. Do we want a Dusk Guard? I probably wouldn't mind a Dusk Guard. I'll take a Dusk Guard. Let's bottom that other land. Pass. Yeah, having a looter is going to be really nice in a few turns. And do we want to just trade it off? We could. I don't think we do, though. I think it's going to be good value in a few turns. Yeah, he could have a trick for the Inspiring Bard. But, I mean, if he does, he does. We're still going to be able to trade it for Dusk Guard next turn. Unless he has Lenorn. Yeah, maybe it would have been right to play around Lenorn a little bit more there, but now going to be able to, because we're just going to be able to Dusk Guard, and then we're going to keep up the Bolt. Although I guess the Bolt doesn't really play around Lenore, does it? Because by the time this thing would, or any of these would be 4 power, they would also have Hexproof. Band together. Sure. Okay, I think this is the right time that I'm going to trade off. I'll loot. Now let's keep up the Bolt. Hopefully he plays like a land and herd gorger. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Take a priest. Great. But I probably just want to play out the big mana elemental with 3 power. And then he can use his turn like replaying Prowler. Or I guess if he has the Lenore, he could just play it out. That would be a problem. Black Dragon is not a problem right now. Whew. Orb is not bad. I think I'm just going to play out the Priest, and then I'll play out the Orb right after. And then I'm going to play out this land because the Orb is going to allow me to get one in my hand so I can play it next turn anyway. I think the longer this game goes on, the more favored we are. So let's go ahead and sack this Orb. And we're going to grab a red source and, like, what? The blue gate or the white gate? I guess the blue gate. We'll put the gate on the battlefield, we'll play the mountain, and then we'll cast the Chaos Baler. And we're just going to want to trade these off now, I think. Well, I mean, if we attack, if we take the 2 here, we attack him. I think we're just going to want to give him 2 treasures. I don't think we can afford to do 2 damage to all of his creatures, because then the dragon becomes a 6/4 and then can just attack through our elemental. So I'm just going to trade here, even though it would be really nice next turn to just attack and do 2 damage to everything. I think we just want to give him the extra card. Okay. Sure. I mean, he has, like, unlimited mana right now, as it is. And for that very reason, that's why Undersimplify is not great here, but yeah. You win some, you lose some. We're going to swing him with the Chaos Baler here. He could double block, but we're going to go ahead and discard all the cards that we have. Or do we want to just give all our creatures +2/+0? That's not bad either. Yeah, let's give our creatures +2/+0. That sounds better to me. Let's do 2 damage to him. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, because even with this trade now, we're still going to get the value of getting to pitch our hands. Or actually, now we just do 2 damage to everything he controls, and we can go get our stuff. So we're going to discard our hand, and we're going to do 2 damage to everything he has. Great. I'm going to play Priest, and then we're still going to have an activation from Gate up as well. Like, yeah, this seems really good. I mean, if we bounce it, it may just be right to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we can scry first at least. I mean, bouncing the owlbear is bad for us because it gives him an extra card, but it gives us an extra flyer as well. Alternatively, we could bounce our Priest of Ancient Lore. Maybe that's what we do. Yeah, let's do that. So let's attack for 5, and let's bounce our Priest. He can't attack because of our 2/5. Blur's excellent draw as well. Wow. Okay, so now we can just ditch Prism, even though it would allow us to activate Gate. Like, what we have here is better. So now we can just swing. And in response to this double team trigger, I think we could just like blur the librarians to keep it from losing double team, but I think we have bigger fish to fry right now. So I think we're supposed to blur the Air Cult Elemental, bouncing the owlbear, hit him for 7. It's bad to give him an extra card, but I think we're so far ahead at this point that there's not a whole lot that an extra card can do. Baconia is very good. So you can get like, oh, he could get Chaos Baylor. Okay. But he can't cast it this turn. I don't think we can quite kill him before he can cast it, though. Let's see here. So, I mean, our Chaos Baylor is the best thing he could get, probably. Is there anything else that would be good for him? Black Dragon would be okay, but not great. Herd Gorger wouldn't be great. Yeah, I think he's just going to want our Chaos Baylor. But he's still looking at his graveyard. Is he going to be the Priest? You may just want to block her for this turn, I guess. Gain 2 life. What's the green one do? Gives it +2/+2, so it's a 4/3. It draws him a card and gains 1 life. Sure. Okay, so we can swing for 7. And then I think we're just gonna like bounce Baconia. Just because the other 2 can trip and I just don't want him drawing cards. I mean, any of our creatures is lethal right now though, so. Okay, that's fine. Alright. It's another win. I will see you guys in, I believe, our last match. Alright, I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, here we are in our final match. This is a slow hand But I think it's a keep. It may not be. But because we're on the draw, I'm a little bit. I mean, on the play, I'm a little bit more inclined to keep it. I hope we draw planes or a white source of some kind. Like a prism would be excellent. Let's keep this though. It's a little aggressive, and by that I mean not aggressive at all. But the move to keep it is a little questionable. Okay, well, no turn 2 play from him is really good. And the looter's a great draw as well. Sure. Now that we have a play for next turn, I feel a lot better. Now that he hasn't played anything at all. Librarians, we can scry. Ooh. I don't think we want the priest until we have another plains or a white source, and I think the gate's okay. Although prism does service both a white and a black source, so maybe, yeah, let's put both of these on the bottom. I think we're gonna take this here. After we double team it, I'm okay blocking, but before then, I think that it's giving up a little bit too much value to just play into like a combat trick like an Armor of Shadows or something. Interesting that he played that post-combat. I guess he couldn't have attacked, but still. Don't think we want this gate. I think we just want this plains. So if he specializes Ambergris here into like black, he could kill my librarians, but he would discard all his cards. Okay. He's me for 6 here. Okay. So now we're just gonna like Air Cult Elemental, bounces Singer. Pass. Okay. Priests, librarians. Do we want this undersimplify? I think we're still at a point in the game where it will do something, so probably yes. I don't think he has any attacks here. Okay, so he has like what, an Armor of Shadows? So my options are I can block with like the Air Cult Elemental. I can't think of anything that would do 5. He certainly has a trick. So we probably don't want to just like double block here. Or here. I think we just do this and see what he's got. Okay, well that would have killed my creature at any time, so that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. Okay, Undersimplify is looking a little worse now, but we have it, so We'll play with it. Okay, never mind. I'm almost certainly going to counter this. Ooh, he could just whiff, though. I don't think it's worth seeing. Yeah, I don't want to test that. Not the best use for Summon Undead, and certainly not the best use for Undersimplify either, but... you know, the last thing we needed him hitting was like a red dragon, and then, you know, we go to 8, and we're just kind of in trouble from there. Or a black dragon or something. Most decks that play Summon Undeads generally have a target for it, as a rule of thumb. Okay, sure. That's actually a pretty good draw. So let's hold this island. So we have something to pitch. Nice. That's great for him. It's really good. I think we're just gonna have to block this with like the Dust Guard. Hook Horror is also a little bit of a combo with the Merchant in that you can just kind of sacrifice it three times and draw 3 cards. Let's seek new knowledge. Would be better if we had a red source is what I was about to say. I don't think we've put any on the bottom. That's an interesting situation. Wow, okay. Yeah, we really would like to get Chaos Baldur down ASAP. That's going to be a 2-1 in a minute, so I'm actually okay blocking it here. And then like that. And I think we're going to activate the Scholar just because we really are going to want to get this Chaos Baldur down. We really don't want anything that's not a red source. Oh. Yeah, I think we pitch the Wilt or the Wyll here. It's tough, but I think that's correct to pitch the Wyll. Just because we can't cast it, and this Air Cold Elemental is gonna do some work. Okay, sure. Okay, it's not particularly good. So do we just like kill the goblin here? Not thinking we want to give him another opportunity to get a card. Let's just kill the goblin. Maybe making him recast the horror for 5 was worth it, but he just has so much mana. I don't think it ends up mattering too much. Yeah, Prism here would be just bonkers. I think we're gonna wait for him to make a play and try to attack. Okay. Sack the outcasts? No. Rabble Rouser, okay. That's a solid Dragon Fire target. It sucks because he's going to draw a card, but I think I just need to get rid of it. He's always going to have mana open to sack stuff, so. Oh, there we go. That's exactly what we need. So I think we play the Baldur first because it helps to stabilize us. And then the John Irenicus next turn. Like, even if he kills the Chaos Baldur, it will do something. And we're not going to play out this land in case we want to, like, at some point pitch all the non-lands in our hand and seek. Sure. Okay, let's just play John Irenicus here. And start drawing some extra cards. I mean, this also puts him on a bit of a clock as well, because I mean, he is going to be milling shortly. Okay. I'm going to attack with a Chaos Baldur here. I'm going to do like 2 damage to him and give him 2 treasures. Or do I do 2 damage to each creature he controls, make him draw 2 cards? Do I make him seek 3 non-lands? Make him seek 3 non-lands, he goes down to 9 cards in library. But I'm not sure I want to live with that fallout. I could go down to seek. So why don't I seek myself, and then I'll do 2 to him and give him 2 treasures, I guess. That's a good little selection here. Again, I actually think we're okay with him like drawing cards like this. Because John Irenicus is going to start milling him 5 really quickly. Cool. Alright, we'll draw a card. Sure. I think we have, between Baldur and Guiding Bolt, we have a nice selection of things that we can do. It's going to draw some more cards? Sure. So, I mean, we're close to being able to just mill him out next time we attack with the Chaos Baldur. Because we can just make him discard his hand, seek that many non-lands. I mean, I'm sure he'll have some things to play next turn. And then remember that if our deck has less cards in it than his, he just mills 5. So We can Navigation Orb to get it down to 1 less. We'll draw for turn to get it down to 7. We can Blur to get it down to 6 cards in library. He's at 6 right now. I mean, of course, he could draw a card on our turn using the Merchant. Craving of Yin Hogu. Sure. So we're going to let him move to combat, and then we're going to go ahead and Guiding Bolt it. He's going to sack it in response. But this way, he won't be able to move the Craving back on because it's activate only as a sorcery. So we're letting him go to combat so that way we can keep him from moving it to something else. Now he's forced to declare attackers. He really can't. I mean, we don't know what he has in hand, but seems unlikely that he's going to have a good attack here. So let's just block, and we'll take 1. Could have a Manticore. But I mean, even if he Manticores here, he's in a lot of trouble. Craving, sure. And remember, we can always Blur to bounce the elemental. I mean, blink the elemental, and then bounce something in response. Gut. Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna kill the John Arenicus, the elemental. Okay. Interesting. So we can play a land. So we can. Oh, so we can mill him out because we can attack for 4, right? If we attack for 4, we make him discard and seek that many non. Oh no, we can't. Huh? Because we need him to have less cards, or we need him to have more cards that's in his library on my end step, and that's going to be hard. Okay, well, let's go ahead and Prism regardless. Huh. So he's going to try, presumably, to put a copy of my Air Cult Elemental into play for the turn. When he does, I can just Blur whatever he tries to nug. If we attack, we can seek that many non-lands on ourselves. So that puts us down to 5, and then we can Navigation Orb to go to 3. He'll then mill 5 and then draw his last card for turn, but I'm convinced he could beat us next turn. I mean, if we do that, he can. Although we could Blur. Let's pass. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. So now, in response to what he does with Gut, we can just Dragon's Fire Gut, and then he has to sack it to draw a card. Because you can respond to the Specialized trigger. So basically, the ability specializes 5, discard a card to activate the ability. the opposing player then has a chance to respond to that trigger, which we will do by Dragon's Fire and Gut. He'll then be able to either sacrifice it, or if he has a trick, he can do that too, but we're going to give him this one little window, and if he can't respond, he's in trouble. What does the black version do? It's a 4/4 with Menace and Haste. Okay. Great. He's drawing a card. Great, he's drawing another card, but now Gut's gone, so he can't do the play he was trying to do. Awesome. We still have Blur up. All right, now we're looking really good now. He has to attack. We're gonna double block this. And we're gonna blur here. We should just be able to mill him out now. Because now we can just make him, let's see, so we can search for 2 lands. Okay, we have 5 lands left. So we have 3 cards left in library now. We're going to go down to 2. And then he's just gonna lose here. All right. Well, that's an excellent way to end the draft. It's a good 7-0 or 7-2 there. Everything ended up working out really well. The mana worked a lot better than I expected it to, for sure. And we didn't really have a lot of issues getting our red stuff down. And then just for us to win with a milling him out at the last game was just a little bit of, I don't know, just icing on the cake. So, well, I know, no. The double mythics were the icing on the cake. This was the sprinkles on the icing. So, all in all, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will be back with another video soon. Thanks.